Alright, so first of all, I apologize for this review being a week late. I was out of town, and on top of that, I thought it came out in November, the Puss in Boots movie. I remember seeing ads months and months ago, and it said November, so I guess they changed the date, or maybe I just saw it wrong. So my apologies, but I saw the movie, so here's what I thought. This is Puss in Boots. It's a spin-off of the Shrek movies, and I guess, again, when you talk about a movie that's a sequel or spin-off, you have to say we thought the other ones real fast. The first Shrek film, I never got that into. I thought I had one or two good jokes, but it didn't do that much for me, but it was decent. I didn't hate it or anything. The second one I love. I adore the second one. I thought the jokes were much stronger, the story was much better, the characters were more memorable, one of my favorite comedies. Third one, didn't like, thought it really fell flat, and fourth one, didn't like, but it had a few good moments. So really the only one I really enjoyed, really liked, was the second one. I know most people like the first one the most, but I'm a fan of the second one. So now we got Puss in Boots, which again, sort of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, I was sort of saying for a while, stop making the sequels and do a spin-off on this guy. This is the popular character. You know, people want to see a movie, so they finally got to him, a little too late in my opinion, but again, same thing with Jack Sparrow. They should have gotten to the spin-off movie earlier. But I digress. This movie, it's probably best just to go in order of what the movie does. Not necessarily what happens in the plot, but what the movie does. The first 10, 20 minutes is straight up comedy. It's like the Shrek films, you know, just joke, 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 and they're good, and they're very funny. If you're a cat person, you're going to love this movie, because there are a ton of cats, especially in the first 20 minutes. And they're all cute, and they got the big eyes and stuff, so you'll love it. And then after that, we sort of get into this story that involves Zach, I can never say his last name, as Humpty Dumpty. Just look him up, Humpty Dumpty. And we get into this backstory between him and Puss in Boots and how they were friends. And then we get his sidekick, which is like this female cat and stuff, and they're off to look for the beanstalk, or the magic beans to make Jack and the Beanstalk. You know, the Jack the Beanstalk story come to life. And it sort of I don't want to say it goes serious, but it goes straight up adventure around that point. There are still some jokes, but that's not the focus. The focus is the adventure aspect. It's sort of like the pirate movies in that sense, that they're focusing more at, like, the jokes are there, but it's more, you know, knock 'em, sock 'em, all that stuff, swinging on ropes, all that stuff. And when they get to the castle, they get to the giant's castle and everything like that, all that stuff, I swear these people just wanted to make Jack and the Beanstalk because it's great, and the ideas are great, and the world looks great, and it's very atmospheric, and it's very pretty, and it's very creative. So that stuff is all wonderful. Again, mostly hinging on adventure. Then we get to the last third of the movie, and I really do not like the last third. It actually sort of angered me. It got very mean. It got very sort of hate-filled. And usually I'd be okay with that, because it's like, well, hey, if it matches to the rest of the story, it's great. It sort of doesn't. It comes out of left field. There's a twist with one of the characters, and it's one of those things where now when you go back and you see all the things that this one character did, you realize, oh, that was false. That was a lie. That this really touching moment, that wasn't real. And for a movie like this, I think you really got into the touching moments, and I think it really angered me when you find out this twist. But then on top of that, after that twist, there's sort of another twist where the character goes back to the way that character was before, and that seemed out of nowhere. And everything having to do with this twist, I really didn't like. And from that point on, it gets too serious, in my opinion. I think the climax doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's not an especially creative climax. They're sort of building up this monster that you're going to see, and when you see it, it's cute, but it's not a big laugh. Like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters, that's a big laugh, and they build it up, and it really delivers. You know, and you get the feeling they're trying to do something like that. I didn't feel it really paid off. I didn't think it was strong enough. And then it sort of ends, it sort of stops, possible sequel, maybe, who knows. And yeah, that's roughly about it. So on the whole, it's hard to say whether or not, I guess I liked it because I liked the first two-thirds. But it's one of those things where when you get to the last third, it's like, oh, but that was nothing. That did nothing. You know, you're not. It's all, baloney. And that's really frustrating. And I think that's going to be frustrating to a lot of people. So that's really bothersome. But I am glad I saw it. They got some good. The CG is good. I did see it in 3D, and it's good 3D. They don't do too many of this, but it still is enough that you're impressed by it. It's very bright, it's very colorful. There's a lot of stuff kids will enjoy. There's a lot of dancing sequences that are very creative, and like I said, there's a lot of, the actual Beanstalk world is very, very creative and very nice to look at. I would like to have seen a giant. They said, they get in there, it's like, oh boy, we better watch out for the giant, and it's like, no, didn't you read the story? He's dead, dude. I'm like, that's no fun. Think about what you could have done with the giant. That would have been so much fun. But whatever. I mean, that's nitpicking. So on the whole, I guess I enjoyed it. If you like Puss in Boots, if you like the Shrek movies, you'll probably like it. If you're looking for a straight-up comedy, you're not going to get that much. Like I said, the first 20 minutes you'll get some, and then just bits and pieces here and there. But it's mostly an adventure film. That's very important to keep in mind. So, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. It's hard to say whether or not you like it, depending on if you like the other Shrek movies and stuff. If you like Puss in Boots, if you go, oh, every time you see him, you're going to love this fine, and you're going to feel sorry for him when the bad stuff happens. You get to see him as a kitten, so of course, everyone's going to go, oh, all that stuff. If you're looking for a really, really good comedy, just fantastic writing, probably won't get too much of it here. If you're looking for a good adventure film, it's decent. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. I guess I'm glad I saw it. Like I said, I really didn't care for the last third. It sort of pissed me off. But the rest of it is a good movie, and it's fun, and it's got, a lot of the clever in-jokes with the happily ever after world and stuff like that, and the way they build up. They make these fairy tales sound so serious. Have you heard of the magic beans? Do not joke about magic beans! I search all my life for magic beans. I mean, they do a lot of that in the first 20 minutes, so I guess it's okay. It's decent in my opinion. I'm glad I saw it, and hopefully you can sort of get from this review whether or not you'd enjoy it too. If you're really looking for just the laughs or just the adventure, or you don't mind if there's a twist in there that might change the way you look at everything else. So yeah, there you go. Go check it out or don't check it out, and I shall talk to you later.